Hi, stream. Hello. Welcome to another UI design stream today. I think we're going to do our Apple UI, our Apple Watch UI, and then just try to finish this off as close as possible. So, I'm going to show you guys what we're working on today. But here is our dribble shot so far. This is an Apple Watch UI, and I thought we would just kind of get started, keep on rolling with this. One thing that I was just looking at this while I was setting everything up, but we had this kind of like a very dark blue before, but then when I was kind of looking at it, I just thought, it looks a little muddy. I'm not sure how I feel about it, so we're just gonna go with like a very nice looking lighter blue today. So I feel like we should get started. We have a few screens left over, but it only feels like a lot because it's just like there's a lot of this empty space here. But I think because we have so much of these screens like hidden, we're going to be able to get through this quite quickly. And then that's kind of what I want to start with today, just like getting through a lot of these like early like half screens or like, you know, it's like cut off little pieces, and then I'll really start fleshing this out. There's part of me that's still a little bit like, I don't know about the colors, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So today, we are streaming on a Monday, which is not something that happens very often, but I thought that would be okay because tomorrow is actually my husband and I's anniversary. It's our wedding and dating anniversary. I'm just going to change the song here. But I thought it would be kind of weird if I was like streaming tomorrow. So I thought, why don't I just stream now and like, just keep up with my streaming schedule as much as possible. I always aim for 2 streams a week and see like where it goes. You might also see me switching the songs very often on the screen, on the stream, but I feel like the only thing I really want to listen to is like Dragon Ball music. I'm sure if you guys been checking on the news, then you would know that the creator had passed away this month. And honestly, it's just been kind of sad for me. It's very weird being upset, like feeling this type of sadness for someone that you've never actually like met. But I feel like Dragon Ball has had like a very big impact on my life, my interests, and I feel like at every stage of my life, it's been there for me. It's been something special for me. Like when my family and I were immigrating to Canada, we watched, I think it was like GT or something when we were in Hong Kong. And then when we came here, they started with Z. So it's like, it had that familiarity with me when we were just like coming to Canada as our little family. No one else here. I didn't know any English, and it was just like nice to see something that like is so important to you also be like here as well. So it's been tough, I think. So I feel like we're gonna listen to a lot of stuff like this today. Okay, so for our UI anyways, I'm just going to add in a lot of the little menu items or like the menu buttons that we have throughout our UI just to keep some consistency. So the good thing about that is that because there's so little of this actually showing up, we already have like the screen is done, I'll say. Now I want to think about something cool for this screen, because we only get to see like very little of it. I'm thinking maybe some kind of book, I don't know. Or maybe like those Apple Watch rings, you know what I mean? I say this as someone that has like never owned one before, but you know how like there are those rings that they have and then you can like count how active you are, something like that. So let's try this, rotate it, and we'll put it here. And then we'll make one smaller, just so we have a little bit more dimension. And let's also give this a rotation. We'll change the color into something like this. How does that sound? Now let's see, I don't know how thick this is. Hold on. Let's make this a little bit thicker just so it matches. Cool, so now we have something like this here, and there we go. We already finished up 2 screens. We're making record time. Oh, actually, you know what? One thing that when my family and I were immigrating to Canada, one thing that we got from our relatives was a Sega Saturn. So I didn't grow up with like a GameCube or like a Nintendo or anything like that, unless like my brother also enjoyed that kind of like toy or something. Like we wouldn't really get anything big. At least that's what it was like in my family. So the only console we really had growing up was our Sega Saturn, and I still have it. It's downstairs in our living room, so I can play it whenever I want to on our screen. Still works last time I checked, so that's pretty good. But I think one game that we had on it was actually like a Dragon Ball fighting game. So I think we're just gonna listen to the soundtrack of that today. I always like working to video game soundtracks. It's just like, I don't know, it feels really good to work to. Okay, how about we work on this screen now? So again, we have something very similar to the one on the bottom where we just can't really see too much. Actually, I wonder if we can fit something here. Be like this. We'll try like a nice yellow. Yeah, I think like a nice orange yellow will look nice. I wonder if this needs to be thicker actually. I feel like they're kind of weak right now. Maybe something like this. Cool. Okay, now for this screen, what should we do? Something that's quite hidden, but it's also on the Apple Watch. I'm actually gonna go on, this is something I wanna do, but I wanna do it for like a book or a song, so we're gonna save that for later. Temperature control. Let's see, there are a lot of screens here, so I wonder if there's anything in borrow. We need something that's wide enough that we can see. Oh, a calendar? Actually, maybe. I think we can get away with something like that. So actually, let's go into here. Anyways, yeah, so since I'm taking a vacation tomorrow, I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna do. Really just looking forward to like a nice home-cooked meal. I think that'll be pretty good. Yeah, I'll have to let you guys know next stream what we get up to for our anniversary, but really we're both pretty chill people, not trying to do too much or anything, so hopefully it's just like a nice chill meal. We also have some Pokemon cards that we are going to be opening, and I'm pretty excited about that. We bought the Paldea Evolved. Is that what it's called? Pokemon Paldea Evolved. Yeah, we bought the Paldea Evolved set. So it's going to be pretty cool. When I was growing up, I didn't really, you know how parents are like, oh, don't buy a bunch of like trading cards. What are you gonna do with these like printed pieces of paper, right? So I never really got that much or as much as I wanted to when I was younger. Now that I'm adult with adult money, I can finally buy the thing that I've always wanted to buy, which are definitely Pokemon cards. There's something just so satisfying about being able to open up cards. You know what I mean? Like the sound of the package ripping, the RNG of it, shiny things with color. Really good stuff. So I'm pretty excited. Honestly, for me, some of these, like, I really just don't know what they are. So I don't really like I'm not too fussy about what we ended up pulling. Really my criteria is like, is it cute? And that's about it. I do like this one. Something about its eyes where there are just no thoughts is very interesting to me. And like, I think they're really cute. Hi, what are you working on? UX from Argentina. Hi, from Canada. Hello, from Argentina. We are working on a Apple Watch UI design. So this is going to be a Dribbble shot that we're going to be posting online as soon as it's done. And before, in a previous stream, we also created the storyline of our user, whose name is Jake. And this is kind of like his day after work or after school. And it starts off with him getting home, setting the lights to match his home energy, and then just really having a nice homebody kind of cozy evening to himself. So we're having things like Jake is gonna set the lights in his apartment. He's gonna order some food. He's gonna track when that food gets here so he can get all his stuff ready before he starts eating. We also are creating a couple new screens today. Well, we have actually already. This one, there's nothing really on it. I don't actually know what's going on here, but you know, it's covered, it's done. This one, I'm thinking like it's those athletic, like those rings you have to close to like match your steps or something. And then here, I had an idea, but then I can't remember it because we were looking at Pokemon cards. So actually, let's go back to here. What were we doing? Oh, right, some kind of calendar. So like, you know how in your phone, you have that Google Calendar app, and then you're able to see like all of your different like events and stuff. For me, at the end of the day, when I'm winding down, I do like to take a look at my work calendar just to see like, are there any meetings that have popped up in the morning? What time do I need to like get up and really ready for? And just all of that stuff. Like, for example, on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I have to get up at a little bit earlier because I do have an earlier meeting at 9. And then on like Thursdays and stuff, I have a hour blocked for deep work in the morning where I can just take that kind of middle of the week, end of the week time to really reprioritize to see if there's anything I need to do before the weekend actually hits. So on those days, I get to take my mornings a little slower. And doing that, I feel like you end up kind of enjoying your work a little bit more and having those good boundaries. So I think that's what I'm going to do here, a nice little calendar app. But first, I need to remember what we actually look like, what it looks like on Google Meets. Now, I don't know about you guys, but my company uses Zoom for all of our calls. Personally, I'm more of a Google Calendar kind of girl, but you know, I don't think it really matters. It's just like, why not use Google Calendar when you have it like default, and like Google Meets because you have it like on default anyway. So for me, that's like my preference if I were to have to set up meetings, but to be honest, they're all kind of the same. It doesn't really matter. Google Calendar, and I want to look at the mobile view because that's probably closer to what I'm actually going for. This might be an old one, but let me just drop this image in here. So I'm thinking something, yeah, that's a terribly sized image. Let me try something else, but you guys know the idea, right? Do you guys also spend the time like changing up all of your colors to your calendar to make it like more fun to look at? I personally do. All of my calendars, everything is like pinks and blues and greens and purples because that's the colors like that I feel like I like to look at. I was actually working on a drawing not even a couple days ago, like yesterday. And then it was like a nice scenery kind of drawing. But then for me, like I'm not much of like, what is it? Like, I'm not much of a nature girl, to begin with. Let's get that straight. Much more of a city girl. I love my shopping malls, my air conditioning, my underground tunnels, all that stuff. But yeah, I don't really like earthy colors. For me, like I love like the bright kind of Sailor Moon, magical girl anime, like those kind of colors for obvious reasons. I mean, look at my background, right? So for me, like even though I was drawing a scenery, I didn't really feel like I really connected with the image because I didn't like the colors. The song reminds me of The Incredibles. Ooh, it's been a while since I've watched The Incredibles. But yeah, we're actually listening to Dragon Ball Z Shin Butoden OST track 7, Piccolo. So we're listening to this because I want to. It is my, it's like the Dragon Ball Z game that we have on our Sega Saturn. So this music just really gets me super like pumping, ready to destroy my enemies. Usually when I play Dragon Ball Z games, I usually stick to like Trunks or Goten, like kind of the kids, or like Future Trunks. You know what? Surprisingly, when I play as Frieza, I do pretty well as well. I'm not sure what that says about me, but yeah, that's a thing. I don't know. Do you guys have a favorite Dragon Ball character or Dragon Ball Z character? I think for me, my favorite character, is Future Trunks, but I also really like Piccolo. And I think for villains, I really like Perfect Cell. I think he's so cool. I'm actually wearing my Team 4-Star shirt, if you guys can see. But, the camera is a little close, so I wonder if you can't see it. Oh yeah, let's get back to the card gallery. Right, I'm hoping to get one of these Foy Cocos. And then I also, speaking of Future Trunks, no, this is Gohan. Oh, you know what? I like Gohan too, but I think like when I was younger, I didn't understand. Like I thought it was kind of lame that he stopped fighting and stuff. But now that I'm older, I'm like, you know what? You save the world at 11. Goku's your dad. Like you do whatever you want with your life. Like you just be happy. What else? Delibird is pretty cute. Honestly, this Quaxley guy, cute as well. Look at that little hair. He reminds me of that one Chibi Murako Chan character. The classmate. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Did you guys watch this when you were younger? Oh, this guy. He looks like this guy to me. Like that's what Quaxley looks like. It looks like the same. I think it's probably because of the hair. Gotenks all day all day long. Oh, I like Gotenks too. I love the failed fusions of Gotenks. I thought those are so funny. Poor Piccolo. Honestly, poor Piccolo. He deserves the world. Has to deal with that whole family. Honestly, these are really cute too. Shinx. Oh, I'm pretty excited. I wonder what cards will open up. So we bought one of those booster boxes. I had never bought a booster box before, which makes me super excited to like finally own one. It's like a childhood dream of mine to open up like a bunch of booster packs. But of course, like it's our anniversary, my husband and I's anniversary. So I'm opening a pack, he's opening a pack, and yeah, we'll see what kind of cards we pull. I hope we both have a good time. Now, what are the special cards? So, like, I actually don't know any of the newer ones, like Tinkatuff. That's a pretty cute name, but I don't know any of these ones. So I'm really just hoping for like some of the older, maybe Gen 1, 2, 3. That those are the ones that I'm the most familiar with. So I'm pretty excited to like get some of those cards. But yeah, what are the special ones that they have? Oh, I love these like full arts. They're so gorgeous. So last time, what did we pull? We got the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet 151, and then we got, I think it was 16 packs from there. And then I got like Mew, Alakazam, and we got Machoke and like a trainer card or something. So I'm pretty excited to see like hopefully more like of these little Pokemon cards, especially like this one. I think this is so cute. It just looks like my dog. I don't know. It looks like that head empty kind of stare that, that he has. I think that'll be fun. Kushi Galaxy. When I see the job openings, mostly there are UX openings, and for UI, there are very less openings. Is that the case? Maybe they make UX designers do UI work as well. Oh, that's a very good question. So I think it tracks that you're seeing a lot more UX openings than there are for UI. I know that like if you talk to a lot of UX designers, they're probably going to give you a bunch of different answers about what UX actually is. For what I'm just going to say right now, this is just my opinion, but UI is a part of UX. That's always how I've seen it. The experience does, how does it like have impact on the interface, right? So the reason you're probably seeing more UX openings than there are for UI openings is because companies most likely don't have the budget to hire such specific and niche roles in their company, and they're looking for more generalists. When they're looking for a UX expert, they're probably looking for someone who can not only do the research, the usability testing, wireframes, prototypes, high fidelity designs, and mockups, but like that whole package really of like UX design. That's what they're looking for in the role, especially if they're a smaller company. But it's quite rare, I would say, to have many like designers who are very like specific. Once you oh, this is a really cute Raichu. Yeah, I love these full color arts. But yeah, when you're looking at jobs for UX companies, it's only like the really big companies who have like a lot of design maturity and who have the budget to really build out those UX teams where you're able to have people more specific role. So for example, when I was working at a startup, we were called UX designers / product designer. And in that role, you were really expected to be able to do each thing well, or like at a passable level. Of course, naturally, you're going to have some things that you gravitate towards and some things that you're more strong in, but we're really expected to be a generalist. Again, just to keep going with that example, I consider myself a UX generalist. However, just because I have that software development background, I definitely lean more towards like wireframes, prototyping, and UI design. I can do research, but would I say I'm as strong as like a UX researcher? I don't think so. I wouldn't say that. And then when you get to even bigger companies, they have like UI designer, visual designer, UX designer, UX researcher, design system designer, or like UX writers. So like people who just focus on like copy and microcopy. But that's when you have like really big companies. So the reason that you have, just to answer your question, more UX openings and there are UI openings is because smaller teams, smaller budget, looking for more of a generalist who can handle multiple things so they don't have to hire such a big team. I think it really depends too on like what stage you are. This is cute. On what stage you are in your career journey, because if you were at like just starting off as a UX designer, I think it's great to be a part of a startup, which is something that I did because I was able to really see what I enjoyed because I got so many opportunities to try on those different hats. Like I wasn't niched down into only being a UI designer or like someone who can prototype. I did get to explore usability testing, UX research, and like other things. So I think at the beginning, if you're just starting off in your career, being able to try on all those different hats to really see like where your strengths are, where your interests are is something good. However, when you get further along into your career and you kind of like have a better idea about what direction you want to take your career, then maybe those like smaller companies aren't gonna do it for you because you want to focus on something, but you can't because you have to keep spreading yourself out and like taking out so much of like filling out all those different roles. It really just depends. Okay, let's get back to this design, everybody. So actually, do I want to use that for here? Or I probably want to use something like this for like this screen, right? Because like, I think that just makes more sense. Like it's a nice big screen. It's going to be pretty easy to like make. Might as well. But we still need something for here. And I just want something small, nothing too crazy. So let's go back to here. Thank you for answering. Oh, no. Thank you for asking. No, I think these are like really good questions that you should have when you're like looking to see if UX is the right thing for you. And yeah, it's just better to like maybe get some insight or talk to multiple designers to kind of see where their head's at and like where their experience is going to help you decide if this is something that you want to do. But yeah, I guess if you guys are interested in UX design, are you more interested in the UX research part of it, or are you more interested in UI design and prototyping and wireframing? For me, I think because I've always been such a visual person, I definitely enjoy the the visual design portion of it. And especially because like I used to do computer science, software development, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like it just makes more sense to me to like stay closer to that because then I can actually really like leverage my background in development towards like UI design. I feel like there's more of like a gap between software development and user research. That makes sense. Let's see, orders at the door, you can track it. We have a tracking thing that we did last time. Yeah, let's see what else. I think maybe I kind of like the transfer just because it's like so easy to make. Maybe we'll try something like that for the screen over here because I don't see me really creating something else on the screen. Luckily, we don't have to think about it too hard because like you're barely going to be able to see it. So, like, I doubt you're even going to be able to see the title. Maybe we'll do that. And then I need like a big number. So let's do like 35 and then we'll make this pretty big. Just add it to here. So I don't know if you guys have ever played the Sega Saturn Dragon Ball game that we're listening to right now, but there was one game mode where you were playing as Mr. Satan in the world, like the martial arts tournament, but you weren't actually fighting. You were like fixing matches so that you win money. What you would do was there would be like a bracket like with the fighters like Goku, Goten, Android 18, all those people. But you would take your zenny and you would actually buy things like missiles, banana peels, like a flare gun or something, like stuff like that to like distract the person that you bet against. And then you would try to like impact how the match ends up so that you win more money. Does that make sense? That was like one game mode and I thought that was really funny. So I don't know if other Dragon Ball games have it. To be honest, I'm not much of like a fighting game kind of person. So like I don't know if the other newer Dragon Ball games have this kind of stuff, but that was like one game mode that I remember from my childhood that I thought was pretty clever. Hi, Napcat. Oh, I know, the creator of Dragon Ball recently passed. Gosh, I was so upset. Like it, it's so weird to me to like if I had to like describe it to someone, like being so upset about someone that you've never actually like met in person. But I think just because of like how big of an impact it's had on me, like in my life, yeah, it was pretty sad. I think I can still get pretty emotional about it. So yeah, that's why we're listening to some video game music. I think I want something a little bit lighter, a little bit more gray. How do you guys feel about listening to like some of the plagiarized music from Dragon Ball? Because like they're really good songs, right? But it's like, yeah, because they were stolen. Here. Let's do like this. Two. I'm looking forward to Sandland. Oh, there's still. Oh, like there are some songs in like one of the video games which in the soundtrack which were actually plagiarized from other popular songs. So like it made for a really good soundtrack, but like the songs were stolen, if that makes sense. Yeah, it seems like one of the composers actually plagiarized a few songs. Yeah, no license for the music. Oh yeah, yeah, it is unfortunate because like they're really good. Like this sounds really good. We'll probably end up listening to it, but yeah, it just feels kind of odd knowing that it was plagiarized. Okay, let's take this and then we'll flip it. Let's take this out here. It's difficult to say because a lot of art and music copies each other. That is true, but like in this case, like they definitely plagiarized. Okay, does this look legit, you guys? Keep in mind, it's like a off the side kind of screen, so you barely see it. Just looking to fill up some space here. This looks too big now. What's it done here? Also, what were we talking about? We were talking about Pokemon cards, right? You know what? I think that would be like my dream job. Like, as much as I love design, if I could be one of those people that like opened up trading card packs online, I think that would really just seal the deal for me. That would be like the dream job. Ugh, I hate that because I overlaid these two, so now it's so obvious. Can I do this? No, that's terrible. Okay. What if I flatten it? And then change it? There we go. Everything has a solution. I think eventually your hands would get tired of opening packs. Yeah, but the joy. What about the joy? The hands might get tired, but the feelings are always, the heart's always gonna be there. This looks pretty light. Let's take a step back and see what that looks like. Cool. Okay, so we have this done, we have that done. Let's try to fill up this screen. So like, we only see the bottom, which is great. It means that we don't have to do too much to it. But also, I wonder what we're gonna have. Should be 40. Do you guys watch those like streams like of people who open up trading card packs online? Or is that just like something that I do because I want to live vicariously through them? You know what? I think something we can actually do here. I think something we can actually do here is use some kind of illustration. So my favorite is Ouch illustrations. I find they have like really good ones to use. I don't really watch them, but I've seen them. I really like them. So let's try to find something for here. What are decorations and text? This might not be what I'm looking for. So for this, I think maybe holographic looks pretty good. I would love to do a screen that's just like feed the cat. So maybe I'll try something like that. That look funny. This looks a little funny. But am I okay with that? I feel like if I had more, this would look okay. But I feel like because we don't, then it looks quite out of place. What inspired you to make this project, if anything? Oh, what inspired me was I was just kind of thinking about like the perfect night for someone who was a homebody after a day of work or like a day of school or classes or something. So like if it was me, I would love to um I would love to like get home, close the door, change into like my cozy, comfy clothing, and then like order some takeout, play some video games, read a book, all that stuff. And I thought it would be nice to do this on like an Apple Watch, mostly because I don't have one. So I just thought, and I've never like, I don't have one and I've never designed for it. So I thought it would be kind of like a fun challenge for me to see like if I can actually make something happen. Right. So that was like the only motivation that I really needed. And then here we are. I think one day it would be nice to like make my own illustration and then put them into a UI. It's just like, I feel like that's quite a stretch goal because I've never really done something like that before. Yeah, thanks for asking. We'll have to save this cat for later because I can't really think about what to do with it. Yeah, that's what I thought too. The holographic cat looks a little out of place and according to other screen style colors. I agree. I would like to fit it in, but like I think if you're gonna do illustrations in your UI, I feel like you need to go illustration first and then like get that tone and get that theme going, and then you can add in the UI with it. Did you guys have daylight savings where you live? We had it, and I do not handle daylight savings very well. It's just like the jet lag kind of gets to me. Like, I slept really, really like late last night, and then like it was so hard getting up in the morning today. Did you take a nap, cat? Oh, I like this. Time to drink a glass of water. Let's see. Can we do something like that here? I think so. Great. It'd be great if I can spell too. There, something like hydrate. Let's do 40. I don't think we're actually going to see anything else on the screen, right? Because like it's just so there's not enough room. But do I want it green or do I want it another color? That is the question. Let's get rid of this linear. See, when you think hydrate, it's like it's always blue, right? I just feel like there's a lot of blue going on. We'll have to like figure out the colors a little after this, but we'll see. I didn't, but I wanted to. I'm napped. I'm tired, always tired. Aw. Okay, well, we'll leave this for now. And then this is gonna be our calendar. And then what else we're doing? We're also playing games. So I don't know exactly what kind of screen I should do for games. I have been playing a little bit of Overwatch lately, but I don't know, something about like the matchmaking is really like garbage. I was on a how many was it? It was like an 11 game losing streak and I was like, what am I even doing here? Like I get a little bit of time off work. Why am I spending my free time getting tilted and losing in this game that like doesn't even matter to me? So like I just had to stop playing. And then the next day it got like a little better and everything, but like, ooh, how do we do Discord? Maybe Discord on this would look nice. Or maybe should we just do like text messages? Like you were texting your friend like, "Hey, are you ready to get into game?" or something like that. Yeah, I think we can do something like that. But yeah, I was on like an 11 match losing streak and it was just so defeating. I was like, why am I here? Like, thank goodness. Sometimes I think like, oh, it would be fun to stream video games on Twitch, and then I get into like these losing streaks, and I'm like, thank goodness. Like, thank goodness no one else is here to like witness this. Yeah, something like this, right? Except with the Discord logo. Let me pick up the Discord logo. I feel like I type a lot slower when I'm like doing the like this typing here, just because I don't have a mic stand like the microphone that you guys see me using right now. It is a it's how do I want to do this? Do I want this one? I guess I could just turn it to white, but like it's actually just stacked on top of like 5 different books of manga. So I don't have like a mic arm. So like I'm trying to like reach around and like come and like type on my keyboard that's in front of me. You're on a design winning streak. Aw, Navcat. I needed that today, thank you. Honestly, I feel like we should be feeling really good about this design. I like it. I think there are some tweaks we need to make to like certain colors. We're gonna like render it, kind of like when you do a drawing, we're gonna add some shadows, add gradients, light, whatever. But like, I think the bones of this looks pretty good. What manga? Just like old manga. Don't worry about it. I would never use my One Piece manga, you know, like, or my Dragon Ball manga. All that is behind me, but like I do have some like off like stuff that I don't really listen to anymore. I still have that on my like in parts of my room, like smaller series. So yeah, like that's what it is. Now, did you guys know that a library is like 1,000 books. So if you have 1,000 books in your home, you technically have a library. I feel like that's probably something I want to do one day, is to like have my own little library in our house. But like, I don't know if I want just like, I don't know if I want to buy books just to buy them. I would, because I feel like I wouldn't want to like own a bunch of physical copies of books that I've never read, or like if I don't like it, just to like get to that 1,000 number. I want like 1,000 books that I genuinely enjoy, as in like 4 to 5 star books, which is gonna be pretty hard because I actually rate my books quite like tough. So last year I read, I think it was 52 or 53 books last year, and I only had about like 8 5-star books. So if I do the math, sort of, let's see, 52, 8, what is that, like 16%? So then 1,000. Anyways, I need to read like 1,000,000 books in order to get like 1,000 books that I can own and feel like genuinely really good about that. So yeah, it might take a little bit of time, but like, it's fine. I like to read. I haven't read as much this year though. I think because I'm just trying to focus more on like designing more or creating more. I feel like sometimes I let myself read as a way to like avoid doing other things. Because like reading, you kind of just need to like sit there, absorb, like it's not like hard to read, right? But like learning a new skill or doing something else, like sometimes like that, like problem solving part of it is difficult. So sometimes I feel like I use reading as an excuse to not learn, if that makes sense. Who decides the number of books? I don't know. The library judges, the council of library people, whatever that is. Do you have a Goodreads? No, I don't have a Goodreads, but I do like use it. I just don't have an account. Did I ever show you guys? I did like a Goodreads redesign a while ago on my Dribbble, because like there's something so, here it is. There's something so endearing about how ugly Goodreads is. It's like an ugly cute for me. Like that's how I see it. But then I tried to reimagine like what would Goodreads look like if it was actually like, you know, like more modern, more like Notion-y. You know, that was my inspiration, like a Goodreads Notion child. So I thought like, oh, I would love to be able to organize my books. And like, I tried to set this up in Notion as well, but like the photos don't really match up. Plus like I wanted tags for all of like the different books I want to read. I wanted also different shelves of like categories and everything. So yeah. You did. That's super cool. Thank you. I like your concept. The fonts are kind of small though. Not sure if it's full scale. I don't know. I usually design it as like 3,000 or whatever I did it, but yeah. I think this is probably the smaller version, or like whatever, I don't know, whatever Dribbble thumbnail size I decide to like scale this down to. But anyways, this is what I end up creating. Like, do I know how this works in and out? Probably not. No. But I really, I thought this was how it would work best for me. So like, I have a column of like to be read, like books that I want to read. And I actually read all of these except for The Lost Hero. I don't know if I'm actually going to get back into like Percy Jackson and all that stuff. Like, it just feels like a lot. In progress, I actually did read The Magpie Lord. Not that great. Completed books, and then books that I almost dropped. This year though, when I'm reading, I do plan on like DNFing or like do not finish more books, because sometimes I just like hate read a book and it's like, what am I doing this? Like, why am I doing this? You know, I'm trying to read for fun. If I don't like it, maybe I should just stop. And I did actually DNF a book this year, so I'm pretty proud of myself. Usually I'm like, I can't insult something if I don't read the whole thing, because then I don't have like a proper full context of it. So do I actually hate it? And I realized that, oh yeah, you know what? I can totally get halfway through a book and realize that I hate it. So I'm definitely trying not to feel as bad about doing that. You hate read a book. Yeah, like hate reading for me is like you read a book and you're kind of like getting through it, but like it's not very interesting. The characters maybe annoy you, but in order to like finish it and say that you finished it, you just continue reading it and like try to get to the end. For me, I can get one page into a book and stop. That's good. I aspire to be like that, because I feel like I just waste too much time doing stuff that I don't want to do when like, you know what? I should just drop it. You know what else I dropped? I dropped it today. I dropped the Netflix live action of Avatar. Like, I'm sorry. I got to episode 6 halfway through and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm good. Or was it episode 7? I don't know. I had a couple episodes left. But I was like, I am done. Like, it's just, I don't think the writing is very good. I think I think there could have been more direction when it came to like how to interpret the characters. I thought their outfits looked a little too like clean, if that makes sense. Like, we're supposed to believe that these are like 12 to like 16-year-old kids riding on the back of an air bison, going traveling, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, why are their clothes always so clean? Like there's no wrinkles, there's no dirt, there's no cuts, there's no rips. Like, it feels a little goofy, or like, I just couldn't like totally believe in it. I was like very aware that this was just like acting the whole time. I was never like too into the story, even though I love the animated version. So I was like, you know what? Probably not gonna watch this. We're watching Next Level Chef now. People often say the pacing is too fast. I expect that. Yeah, I totally understand that. Like, I feel like they cut a lot out, but then the stuff that they kept in was kind of just like, it wasn't written very well either. And now I feel like there just needs to be like more episodes. You know, maybe in season 2 I'll try it again and see if it picks up, but we'll see. Sorry, Cushy Galaxy. You can have one screen for a reminder to read the book where you left notifications. Some people like to read books to relax. Just a suggestion. I think you're right. I do want one of the screens in our UI to be like a book thing. It's just that I was kind of deciding, like, do I want like a book or I want like an audio book? You know what I mean? Because I highly doubt anyone is going to be looking at their Apple Watch and like trying to read an article or something. So yeah. Sorry, where am I? Oh, the movie, The Life of Pi. I liked it too, to be honest. I love the book, but I thought the movie was really nice. I'm pretty sure I watched the Life of Pi movie by myself. Like in high school, I went to a self directed high school. So it's like we didn't have any classes or anything. And you, as like a normal high school kid, were expected to go to school and you would take out like learning guides. These are booklets or pamphlets of like certain learning modules, like part of I don't know, like part of your curriculum, learn it by yourself and then go take a test whenever you feel like you're ready. And that was like the whole idea of the school that I went to. That's what I mean by self-directed. And because of that, you really start to learn like, oh, what do you like? What do you dislike? Blah, blah, blah. And sometimes like it works out really well. Like for me, I think I was quite lucky that I've always been very organized, very like responsible, like that kind of type. So by the time I was in grade 12, I had actually finished like all the credits I needed to graduate from high school after December. So my family and I were actually able to go to Japan around like February, April-ish for like a month because and the flights were cheaper and everything, but just because like I finished all the credits I needed to and I could have like graduated early if I wanted. But like you really do need that kind of discipline, like especially when you first get into that high school. You have a meeting every week with your teacher and they like keep track of you to see like, are you completing work at the expected pace? Because if you fall behind, then that's pretty bad. Like there are some kids that in grade 10, they would not do anything in that first semester and just slack off. And because of that, the teacher then like tells her parents and they're like, hey, we actually recommend that you take your kid out of the self-directed school and bring them back into like a normal school so that they can actually graduate on time because it's not looking good for them. And by that point, like they're already behind, so they need to go to summer school. So it really depends on like how you are as a student. For me, like luckily it worked out really well and I was able to graduate early. But really that kind of school it wasn't meant for like people like that. It was really meant for like kids who were very active in sports and needed extra time to like train and like get around to different competitions, or kids who were like in band or needed some or had like needed extra guidance or tutoring. So yeah, it was kind of made for that reason. Oh wait, never mind, I'm lazy. You'd be surprised. So like I think if you like really like tried and wanted to do it, then you'd totally be fine to graduate and everything. But it kind of just depends. Like I feel like I never after my first semester at that school, I think my teacher kind of saw that, I could handle it and do it myself. And then the meetings that I had with them were reduced. So like in the first semester, I met with my teacher every week to keep track of how I did. And then by the time I was in like grade 11 or something, like my second year in high school, I met with my teacher maybe once a month, once every like month and a half or anything, because like they can already see in their computer that I'm like ahead. So they were like, she's fine, just let her do her thing and all that stuff. So yeah, it was really nice. Oh, and then back then, there was also this one giant room we had where it was for like the computer room and it was like a really big room. And at the time, I was taking Japanese classes at my high school, but I was also like super obsessed with K-dramas. So like, obviously it's school. You're supposed to use the computer for school related things. So I would open up a website to watch K-dramas. And then I would also have out my Japanese like textbook open and I would pretend to write notes while watching my K-drama. And like I had my headphones in and, it's like Asian people on a screen. So the teachers walking by, they would just assume that I was learning a Japanese lesson or something, but I was actually watching like Boys Over Flowers or something. So don't worry, you guys. I'm not like a super goody two shoes. I'm definitely a rebel and all that good stuff. But yeah, I thought that was like a lot of fun. And that's how I got a lot of my K-dramas in during that time. So yeah, and none the wiser, Let's go back to here. Don't think we need this because it's a little bit obvious that this is Discord. But we will take the little notification thing. Your rebellious face sounds pretty good to me. Boomers might not know the Discord logo. That's true. But... let me think. Actually, before I do anything, I kind of want the little Discord thing to have white eyes. I don't know why this is so important to me, but it is. Oops. I just feel like it needs to stand out a little bit more. I think we'll have to move it because, like, I want this to know. Wait, if they've installed the app, they know. Never mind. Yeah, but no, it's okay. We can still figure this out. I'm thinking this is kind of more like a lock screen. So, like, yeah, hold on. And then we'll just have some text underneath that was like, okay, you guys, I need a name for Jake's friend. What would Jake's friend's name be? What happened to the eyes? I'll lock this. Needs to be a bit bigger. I don't know why I did 2 circles. I could just done 1 giant circle and be like that and just made it easier. Alex? Okay. Alex message you, and then we can do like slide to open Discord or something underneath here. To move this up though. Turn this. Alex sent 3 messages, we'll say. I'll just make this a bit bigger. People normally keep apps on their watch only if they know how to use it. That's a good point. So, like, whenever I get like a new piece of technology, like let's say for example, like when I got my phone, I basically just deleted everything I didn't. Like even when I got my mom a MacBook, the first thing I did when I opened it was like remove like guitar, like was it GarageBand. I removed FaceTime, like Safari I hid, like just because the only thing that she really needed on it was Google Chrome. Is it called GarageBand? Because the only thing that she really needed on it was Google Chrome. So it's like, why confuse her with all these apps on her taskbar and like just confuse her more? And then she's just gonna call me and be like, how do I watch my dramas? And it's like, no, I'm just gonna remove everything you don't need. So like contacts even. Is the 3 big? The 3's pretty big. Right? I thought GarageBand was paid non-default app. I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is cute. I feel like this should be a little bigger though. Just like in the grand scale of things. That might be a bit too big. How about 18? Okay. Is it just me or this does not feel centered? I don't know. Well, that's okay. What did I say I was gonna do here? I was like, oh yeah, Alex messaged you. Do we want slide to open Discord? Do we want to do that? Make Alex bigger. I did. I thought I increased the font size by like 2. Is it too small? What do you guys think? I had to keep reminding myself to drink water because last time we streamed, I forgot to drink my water and then I had to drink like an entire gallon, not half a gallon, like right before I went to sleep, and then like I had to get up and use the washroom a lot. So I feel like it would make more sense to have like slide to unlock or something, but I just don't want to do it. Do we want to sound more excited that Alex messaged? Probably not. I think it's fine. Okay. Actually, maybe a little bigger. I keep doubting myself. 19. It's just a little big now. I think this is okay. Just stepping back. Okay, let's work on this screen. Do we want to do the book here or do we want to use this one? Because like I think what we want is like an audio book, right? Yeah, let's do an audio book. So first we need a book. One thing that I have been meaning to read lately is Jade City by Fonda Lee, I think is the name of the author. Let me just check. Jade City. Yes, Fonda Lee. So, I truly have no idea what this book is about. I think it's like gang something. We'll just pull up the Goodreads while we're here. Yeah, Godfather-esque saga of intergenerational blood feuds, vicious politics, magic, and kung fu. So this is actually a book that I have on my on my list of things to read. It's just something I need to get to. Probably like a Brandon Sanderson book eventually, but anyways, I think let's go with this book. Because like I haven't meaning to read it. I feel like I would like it. I just haven't really given it a chance. This is probably too small. So duplicate and then paste the book here. I'm already thinking, you guys, about what I want to make next. But before I do, I kind of just wanted to check if you guys had any thoughts on like what should be our next design thingy that we do on stream together. So if I knew how to set up a poll, I would probably do that, but I do not, so that's fine. I don't know if I want to do another UI thing. I was thinking like maybe icons or something, because like I had an idea to... Actually, no, I don't want to tell you guys. I'm sorry, I'm just like baiting you guys with this right now. But I think like instead of a UI, maybe we'll do like vector icon illustration or something like that, because that is something that I want to work on. Or I was going to take something that I had made previously, so like one of my older designs, and then try to redo it. Like maybe I would take this one from like one of the first things I did when I first started my UX journey, and then like redo it and see how it ends up turning out. Because like even looking at this now, like I don't hate it. I definitely see mistakes, but I think it would be fun to see like maybe I can try to remake this and see where it goes, or even like my BTS one, if that's something I want to do. I was actually really proud of this one because of the font. Like I'm not like a type person, graphic designer, but I really liked it. I used to be so creative. What happened to me? Like, look at my old Street Fighter design. Definitely like room for improvement for sure. Like, I totally agree with you there. But it's just like the creativity, the energy that I had. Like, I think something like this would have been pretty fun. Also, I made a YouTube video about this. Look, it's me. Isn't that crazy? Look how young I used to be. See, I was using my old work laptop where I had my old Surface Pro on this, so that's why we're on a Windows computer. And I still have like that same kind of uh like style, or a same kind of like design process. I love this game, by the way. I might actually make something for this game. That's actually something that I want to do. Maybe this is a sign. Did you guys ever play Strikers? I love this game. I was so good at it. Like something that was finally better than my brother in. Anyways, let's do this. So, right, city. I don't feel like we need these icons anymore, so I'm just gonna get rid of that. Then how big can I use this? But yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Like maybe, I guess maybe like strikers. That seems like a kind of difficult thing to do, or like vector illustrations, or we're just gonna do like another UI or something like that. I don't know yet. Actually, I feel like this would look better up here. So let me actually just crop this image a little, just because we don't really need all of this. Like maybe something like that. And then let's see. How about, so I'm just gonna go by memory. Think about how this is supposed to look. Then I'll need some text. Both ideas sound fun? Yeah, I think they would be fun. I just don't know which one it is that I want to actually do yet. But hopefully we finish up this one quick and then we can jump into another project. I feel like this should be a little bigger. Okay, do you guys watch One Piece? Was there a new One Piece episode this week, or am I just like blind? Or was it a break because of like out of respect? Okay, now how do these things actually look? I need like, I just need the is this the right order of things? Let's see. I need some kind of like music player app or something. Something like this, right? Oops. This. Okay, so it looks like definitely. So title, lines. Okay. We can do that. Now, is this too boring? This a little bit higher. What'd you miss? Nothing really. I was just wondering, like, after this, like this project that we finish, what should our next thing be? Like, it's either I'm thinking we do some kind of icon illustration design, or we take something old that I've made before and then improve it. Or I don't know, if you guys have another idea of something you want to see, then maybe we'll add it to the list. I don't know why this is like this. What is this? This is Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1 OST, and it, like, for some reason this just makes me think of Jesus Christ Superstar. I don't know how much I can listen to like musicals while I'm on stream, but another thing if you guys need something to work to. Do you have any side project ideas? Oh, so like side projects for what? Like to practice your UI, or side projects to turn into like a case study? Anything? Uh Side project ideas. I think honestly, like, just from experience, I've had the most fun doing side projects that were just things that like I thought were fun, right? So like on my profile, we did this together, so that doesn't count. But like things that I got inspired by, like when I was looking at enneagrams, that's what inspired this mobile design, like personality traits, what my enneagram is, like that's what I cared about. So maybe like if you're interested in horoscopes, zodiacs, what is it, Myers-Briggs, like that could be fun if you want to do your own. Apps that you want to exist. Yeah, something you want to exist, like this Notion Goodreads fusion. I think that would be cool. Plus, you also get to like look at some of your books that you enjoyed. You can also take this project and then make like maybe like a video game version or an anime version or anything like that. I think the best side projects are the ones that you just have for fun. You know, like it has to be something that you're genuinely interested in, because if you're going to be working on it on the side of like your real work, your school study, like other stuff, it has to be fun. Like it has to mean something to you, right? Every time I'm doing one of these designs, I always think like, if I'm doing this, I'm not spending time with like my friends, I'm not spending time with my family. I'm like, this has to like mean something to me. So that's kind of like where I find most successful in actually like completing my side projects. Also, when I do side projects, I only do one at a time, because I feel like it's kind of like reading. Like I'm absorbed into one world and I want to like do what I have to before I jump into a new project. So like I always read one book at a time, or I always play one game at a time, um, one design project at a time. Do you have a my anime list? No, I don't. I wouldn't mind sharing if I did actually, but like I don't have a list, so I don't know. I feel like I should have one, or maybe we'll make one on stream one day and then we can just add all of the anime. But like back when I had a Tumblr, I think I had like a small one. Um, but definitely not updated with anything. Are you looking for small projects? Not really right now. Well, like I guess I'm looking for like another project to do on stream after we finish this one. But I do have a couple ideas. It's just like which one do I actually want to commit to? I guess if you're looking for side projects to do for like work wise, like to make yourself better stand out at work, one thing that I used to do was look at job descriptions for roles that I wanted or roles that were in my geographical area. And then I would take a look at what kind of industries those job descriptions were for. So like, what is it, like banking? And then I would make like a banking app, a furniture or a store. I would do that. Or like technical consulting, then I would make something like that. So like, I guess those are kind of my two things. Like one, it either has to be like something good that I can improve to get into like a design industry that I want to be in, or something that's like honestly just for fun and I feel very passionate about, just kind of like Fire Emblem. So like, am I looking for small projects? Yeah. I mean, I always have like ideas. It's just like for me, the hard part is sitting down and actually committing to it, you know? Let's keep going with this. I feel like this looks goofy, but I also feel like just having the book is also goofy. This needs to be a lot lighter. And then like this. And then I want to use purple. I don't know, blue or green and purple just give me Piccolo. And then I also need to duplicate this line. So I feel like it's not going to be purple. But like, you know what I'm trying to go for? I guess you'll know when you finish this. Yeah. We'll figure something out. I mean, we're getting pretty close to finishing this. We have what, 1, 2, and like 3, but like 3 already actually kind of know what this is going to be. So we're getting there. I think it'll be finished pretty soon. I just don't want to end up using too many colors because then I think this is just going to be really messy. But like the thing is, we're kind of opening up a bunch of different apps, which makes it a little difficult. Should we do a rounded end or a non-rounded end? We'll try this. How long are audiobooks anyways? Do you guys use audiobooks? Actually, maybe that's the question. I've never tried an audiobook before. I keep on designing 19 hours. Oh my gosh, 19 hours and 7 minutes. I can't believe that would be that one. So like 19 hours, 7 minutes. Right? Something like this. I'll have to put this at the end. The font needs to be way smaller. Okay, so like if this whole bar is 19 hours and 7 minutes, middle would be 9 hours. So then a third would be like 3 hours in, right? 3 hours and 13 minutes, we'll say. I've never listened to audios. I thought you'd be exposed to it since you like books. I like reading books. I've actually never listened to an audiobook. Cause like I don't want to read facts, right? I want to read fiction. I want to read for like feelings and stuff. So, and to me, every time I read a book, it's like whenever you read, I feel like it's very personal to you, like your interpretation of the book, of the story by this author. Like you're always going to have your own interpretation of what the characters are going to look like, what the world looks like, how certain characters sound and everything. So like I don't want that experience when reading like fiction to be ruined by a narrator or like just I don't want to when I think of a book, think of someone else's voice in my head. So like I think if I was more into like nonfiction books, maybe audiobooks would be okay. I definitely like sometimes I'll watch like true crime and I can like handle that. But yeah, because I read primarily like nonfiction, no, because I primarily read fiction, it's harder for me to want to read or to want to listen to audiobooks because of it. So honestly, we're doing a lot of different things today. A lot of like an Apple Watch that I've never actually owned before. Audiobooks that I've also never used before. I feel like the purple is wrong. It's just like, well, I mean, the Discord kind of helps. Maybe I'll use the Discord color for this instead. How does this look? And then we need all the little like UI buttons, right? Okay, hold on. Okay, maybe I'll just design it myself because I don't feel like looking up icons. But I feel like we also need to move this up a little. Maybe design a VR app next? Maybe. Something like that. I have a side project idea. It might be a controversial though, an AI art site. That's interesting. Do we want, well, I guess because this is rounded, we probably need rounded icons as well. Well, let's start with a circle. So probably a circle here and then two smaller ones. Right. And let's do a pause. Do we want to do black? Or do we want to take like an off kind of look to it? Oh yeah, didn't I say I was going to round this out? Maybe like this. And then need a triangle. I always find like these triangles look very goofy when they're rounded. Oh well. is this? It's probably too close. Okay, so let's group it, duplicate it, flip it. Did I duplicate it? Flip it? There you go. Honestly, now that I think about it, I'm actually quite sad that I ended up dropping a avatar. Like, I wish I can get behind it. I I want them to continue it, but it sounds kind of weird to say that considering I don't feel like watching it in a way. There we go. You can always start again. I mean, I'm not that sad. How's that? Okay, let's move on to this screen. What do we want to do for here? So we did we track the order. We have to watch a show. Well, eat and watch a show. I don't really know if we need that. We have some kind of fitness thing. We have a transfer. We have an audiobook, Discord, so you can play a game with friends. We have a calendar to look at work tomorrow. We need just one more. Okay, I guess while we can't think of this, we'll just use the calendar. I feel like we're probably not going to end up using the cat. And we'll do, it's March. We'll say March. Then we need smaller text. So probably here we'll do today. So today's Monday, March 11. It's actually quite close. We'll do that. Make this a bit wider. Oops. Then we'll finish off the rest of it later. So let's think, what do we need for what kind of work meetings does Jake have? What kind of job does he have? Or does he have classes? Honestly, if we decide that they have classes, then I actually don't know what I'm going to use because it's just been so long since I've had a class. So yeah, maybe a sprint planning would be okay. So we're assuming this is all Monday. So let's start with a retro. I'm gonna move my mic over. Ugh. I have a confession. I've never seen the original Dragon Ball, only Super. I'm a fake fan. That's okay. I don't think that makes you a fake fan. I mean, it just kind of depends on how much time you have, right? And I think I understand people who don't watch the old longer animes, even getting into One Piece, it's great, of course, but I understand how big of a commitment it is. So let's do sprint retro first. And then do we want these colors? Probably not. I want something a little brighter. I don't exactly want these colors, but like it looks like we're leaning towards a lot of like blues and purples and stuff like that. Actually, maybe we should try green. It's always so hard for me to pick a good green. Is it because I need it more blue? Okay, something like this. Yeah, what we were talking about. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's like a fake fan or anything. It's like we just have to, like, if you can make the time to watch it, then do it. But like, no one's better just because they watched like an older anime or a longer anime. Like, if you're gonna argue about being a bigger anime fan, you're probably a loser. No offense. I watched all of Naruto and Shippuden. I've never watched an episode of Naruto, so there's that as well. And then what time should this be? Sprint retro on a Monday. You know, if you're setting a Monday 9 a.m. meeting, I'll probably really dislike you. So let's do 11. We'll say that's his first meeting. There we go. Yeah. Sprint retro 11. Do we want like a room or something? Because actually, does my calendar have the room? Let me check my calendar. No, I do not. Okay. Okay, so this is fine. Why are you sleeping on Naruto? I don't know. It just never like came up for me. I was always too busy watching like whatever I was watching. I was watching like Dragon Ball or something. I don't know. Okay, goodbye Navcat. I don't know. And I think like I just never really was interested in ninjas. That makes sense. Not like I was interested in pirates. I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I don't know why I never watched Naruto, but like I just don't really have that like desire to watch it, I guess. Do I want this a little bit further? Maybe 16. Like I've only like I watched Bleach and I read Bleach and One Piece of course, but like yeah, I don't know why. Naruto just never like stuck with me. Okay, and then after sprint retro, we have sprint planning. No, you know what? We're doing lunch. I always have my calendar blocked for lunch. I don't care. Like, do not book a meeting over my lunch. Are you redesigning that image? Not really. I feel like I'm just taking it for inspiration of what a calendar looks like. And it gives me ideas on like how to plan a day. And then we'll have sprint planning. Okay, so I guess Jake is a developer. Then we'll choose another color here. Do you know what I mean about finding a good yellow? It's like it either turns into like orange or it just turns into like poopy colored. Well, now that you dropped a live action avatar, you have time for Naruto. We'll see. Okay, so sprint planning is over. I doubt you're gonna do anything after this. Probably like, we'll say it's like deep work. And deep work starts at 3. Should we? Okay. I'll probably change this color too. There we go. Now we still need this one here. What should we do? You know what show had a really good anime opening? Saint Seiya. I feel like people in North America don't talk about Saint Seiya enough. Like, I don't know, they must have like really dropped the ball when it came to localization, but I lived for Saint Seiya. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Like the whole like knights mythology, all that stuff. I was so like into it. But like it always went on late. It's like super late at night, so like it was hard to find and like watch it. And then I think they got rid of it after like one season or something. Oh, Saint Seiya. Or if you're like North American, I think they called it Knights of the Zodiac. So whichever one like you grew up with. I used to want the little like action figures of it. I doubt anything's gonna show up. I wasn't even supposed to type this. But yeah, basically it's like a bunch of kids, like orphans, who are sent to like spread out across the world, and they've have to like fight and train in order to earn this like sacred cloth, which is based on like a constellation or something, and it gives them magical powers, and they're supposed to protect this reincarnation of Athena. And then like other stuff happens, but like, you know, just a fighting anime. Please tell me you've seen Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Of course I have. Of course I have. And of course I watched it all during final season because I was trying to avoid studying. I can't remember how the finals turned out, but I liked Brotherhood. We still need one more UI. And then after we do that, we can kind of like touch up everything and like just make it a little bit looking more cohesive. And then we're good with this app. And then after that, we can post it up on Dribbble and we just created something new. I was trying to stay away from like blues and stuff, but I think it just ended up going down that way. I think it's okay though, because like a lot of apps do use like blues and purples for like that comforting kind of like look and feel to it. I think that's okay. I guess maybe I should take a look at this and see like, is there anything we're missing? I guess this could be black. You know, like I think this would be okay. Because then we have 4. They're kind of like far away from each other, so it looks symmetrical. Like a to-do list. Yeah, what are we missing? Should we just have a time? Get someone from work, we did that. Can't make a UI for that. Order food, did that. Change into company clothes. I don't think that's something you need your Apple Watch for. Get on the couch, done. Phone notification. Notifications on silence. I don't know if I want to do that. Play a game. Call friends. I guess we could do like an inside Discord message. Like if we wanted to go in here and be like, Alex, or I should probably use this instead. I don't think that works here, Napcat. I don't have anything set up. I'm excited to learn though. Like one day I will have commands, hopefully. Let's do text bubbles. Maybe one day. Yeah, maybe one day when I have like this whole streaming thing figured out. let's see, if you're the one typing, this just shows like how much I actually text people. If you're the one who sends a message, it shows up on this side, right? Honestly, I opened up like the conversation log that I have with my husband, and it's just pictures of our dog. So it doesn't really help. Yeah, okay. Okay, so usually it's like the date. Let me take this. It's white. I feel like we need something a little lighter. And there are so many of those like fake, like I have 100 something missed messages or like unread, unopened messages on my phone, but all of that is just like spam. I should learn iOS patterns. Only if you want to. I mean, I've gone almost my whole UX design career without actually like doing mobile apps. So like I do a lot of like desktop apps, web apps, like those kind of things. So I think it just depends on what kind of industry or like what kind of products you actually want to work on. You're more familiar with web? Me too. Again, I'm one of those like boring corporate designers. So let's do this. Oops. Now, how do boys talk to each other online? I think do not use the color white because some people can't see it. Do you mean here? Should I do like a gray? How do boys talk to each other? Good night. Does that sound legit? Oh, well, it has to make sense, right? Like, this is the last message that Alex sent to Jake, and then this is like today. Jake is gonna be like, like, OW? I don't know how boys talk to each other. Rose kissing their homies tonight. Good night, XOXO, gossip girl. Do they even use like? I usually use FEFE. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. Let's just figure out what they're saying to each other first. Does this sound legit? I feel like this is wrong. Okay, I have to look at like a message or something. I feel like I'm just gaslighting myself and telling me I know what this is supposed to look like, but then I don't. Yeah, it's like gray, right? If they're just friends. So okay, wait. So gray, like, hold on. This is so hard for me. I've never seen a guy. Sincerely, XOXO. Okay, fine. Good night. You know what? I feel like it'd just be no. Or like K. Like I feel like it's just short and to the point. Right? Like K. Yeah, like K. K. Okay. Oh, this is so hard. I feel like, wow, it's so difficult being a designer, you guys. You have to like turn into different people and all that stuff. I think K is gonna work. Yeah, I don't know why I made such a big block for this. Some people get triggered by just 1K. I do. But like, I don't think I talk to anyone that says okay. I think even like when I talk to my dad, he's like, okay. Or he sends me like an emoji. Sometimes I like tell him something and then I think he's mad at me, but then so I'm like, why are you taking so long to reply? And he's like, I'm looking for emoji. Okay. I use K to be annoying. Oh, that would hurt my feelings. Okay, Alex is gonna say KK. That sounds like something he would do. Don't. And then like how would a guy ask a guy friend about like do you want a game? Okay. Do you guys capitalize? Or am I just overthinking at this point? You? Like, be online in an hour. Like, I think that's a very legit message. Maybe? Okay. Okay. We have to move on. Or should it be 2 lines? What am I doing? No, that's wrong. Looks good. Only gamers know OW. Yes. Right? Okay. Did you guys watch the Overwatch Champions League over the weekend? Finally they broadcasted it. I've been watching like the pro like the streamer POVs and it was just so confusing cuz like I felt like the news changed the entire time that they were streaming. But the full stuff seems less legit. Okay. Okay. Is this casual enough for you guys? next time we're not gonna do this. Next time we're gonna, you know what? Next time we're gonna ask ChatGPT to come up with a conversation that gamer boys probably have, and we're gonna do that instead. But yeah, anyways, I was trying to watch the Overwatch Champions League on the weekend, and like for some reason the first day, right, the first day in North America and Europe, they didn't stream it, like broadcast it with like casters and everything. But then they did for Saturday and Sunday, and that was just so confusing. It's like I I don't know. Like I know it's like their first like week where they were actually like doing stuff, but I was just like a little bit put off by that because it just seems so like hacked together in a way. And like they didn't have like any desk to analyze anything or whatever. So I don't know. It just seemed like I hope it gets better. Like I'm glad we got to watch matches. A lot of them were super like kind of like boring, like not really fun to watch. But I'm happy at least that like we have watch matches again. I don't play Overwatch, but the new Cowboy Bebop collab looks interesting. It does actually. I was watching the first episode of Cowboy Bebop a couple weeks ago, so I thought it was like a good timing kind of thing because they announced the collab and like they showed the trailer and everything. I saw the trailer that came out today for the actual skins, like the gameplay. I think Cass looks so weird. Like I feel like they should have just gave him a hat or something because like the hair is not it. It looks so bad on him. Like it doesn't even really make me think of Spike when I see it. But I think like everything else kind of looks okay. I don't know. I'm not gonna buy it. I never like buy the skins. I never buy the battle pass. But I think it's nice that they're having collaborations. If they made a One Piece collaboration though, I might be interested in it. I just don't know like who's gonna be who. I think. Um, it could be a grammatically correct gamer. Do those exist though? I don't know. I think this looks pretty legit. Like KK, Al, Be Online. Or I mean, it could be like be on in an hour, but no, we're not touching this anymore. I only watch Valorant esports. I do not. Again, I feel like I feel like I would enjoy it. I know like one of the Overwatch casters are casting Valorant now, like they do both. So I think that would be pretty interesting to see like I feel like if he explained it to me like Valorant, then I would understand it, but we'll see. I don't know. Never seen. No, I have seen Cowboy Bebop. I was just rewatching the first episode a couple weeks ago. Okay, here we go. We are done, I'd say. Let's just change the song for me. You know, I started recently trying to go back to listening to true crime, but I don't know, like I feel like I'm kind of just like done with that phase. Like I was really into it back like when the pandemic first started. I watched a lot of true crime, but like I think now I'm just kind of over it, over the stories. I don't want to like fill my days with that kind of like negativity. So I don't know, like I'm just not as like I don't find myself reaching for it. Like I think it's kind of past now for me. Them I'll get on it in an hour. Me, bro, it's been like 3 hours, way more realistic. Yeah. I can't promise anything for these two. I hope it works out. I hope they get to play online. It kind of looks like they do. Or actually, no, maybe it looks like from our story that we've concocted through this UI. Jake asked, oh, we should put timestamps on here. But Jake said Overwatch should be online an hour, and then Alex messaged. So maybe this could be like a kind of like not really an Easter egg, but like a hidden detail. If we did do like a timestamp, where would it go? Probably like here, right? Because I think it'll be funny if we did like at 7:11 p.m. Jake is like Overwatch be online in an hour, and then Alex messaged at like 9. I was like, where are you? I never understood the appeal for murder mysteries is depressing. Yeah. You know what? Even when I was into true crime and stuff, I never watched the videos where it's like true crime and makeup, true crime and mukbang, like that kind of stuff. I thought that was kind of like icky for me. Like it just didn't like sit right with me, so I never watched those kind of videos. But like now, even just like the ones that are just sitting there and like talking about it, like I don't really vibe with those either. Right? Maybe we should do like a where are you? You know what? Actually, no, we're gonna leave it like this because I don't want to think of like another 3 messages of boy conversation that is just gonna take a long time with. Does this look legit? Let me check. Oh, I guess like if you slide it, you kind of see it. But actually, hold on, wait. I think we can just do Monday, March 11th at 7:11 p.m. So we can remove that here. And then, yeah, exactly. So like, how about this, right? So like, end it off at 7:11. Unless, do you think there should be a space here? Probably not. And then here we'll have like, do we need this here? To me, it looks weird that only one message has a timestamp. I'll just add it next to the date. Yeah. Good. We're in sync right now. Smearx, we're in sync. So, and does this look right? I don't know. I think it's kind of funny. It's like it's 2 hours later. Like, where are you? Maybe we're making Jake into like not a good friend. But like, not a lot of people are gonna see that, right? So only the people, the real ones who are in the stream, can see that, you know, Jake might be a little bit flaky. Maybe they're apologizing for not being online in that hour. Maybe. I'll let you guys come up with your own headcanons for these two. Maybe we'll keep them as reoccurring characters in our designs. But okay, all our screens are done. So here's what we got. Now, let's see. So I am okay with this. Am I? I think this one looks goofy. This is fine. I mean, it's just an arrow. This is fine. I'm okay with this. This is okay. I committed way too much to this checkout one, so we have to be fine with it. Oh, no, this isn't gonna work. This should be Tuesday, March 12th, if that made sense, right? Actually, I'm really liking how this tells the story of Jake who's getting home, ordering food, tracking it. He messages his friend Alex at 7 to be like, want to play Overwatch in an hour? And then like 2 hours later, Alex is like, where are you? And then here's Jake checking out his Tuesday work calendar. It's like, oh, should we make it later? Like, should we make it like 10:30? Hi, Worldly Comment. Thanks for making it to the stream. And then they're checking. Okay, and then they have the calendar on, and this is to their work schedule tomorrow. So it's like Jake is kind of debating, like, do I still want to keep playing even though it's like 10 p.m. at night on a work day? Maybe Jack knew Alex responds late, so he messaged him while he still had to eat. Maybe. Who knows? I guess we can say. Now I'm kind of doubting this like hydrate button because I want to make something that's connected to our story. Would it be mean if it was like snooze notifications or something? Notifications. And then this screen was supposed to be like Jake is like transferring money to probably Alex, but like why would he do that? What if it's D&D and the button is red? Or this one? Ooh, why is this so low? No, wait, I think that's fine. I don't know. Maybe this screen is bothering me. It's just like, it doesn't fit into our story of Alex and Jake. I've also never played D&D, but I feel like I would like it. I have a lot of like coworkers who have brought it up before, and they would like, all of them had like 3D printers. They never really told me about like the game they actually played, but just like of how much they like how many of those little figures that they printed and then painted, and I thought that was always really cool. Oh yeah, like snooze, do not disturb, like don't disturb the game. We could um actually let me just write that down. Do not disturb. Maybe. I kind of want to rethink this. I think it's like the button that's bothering me because it just looks dumb. Okay, hold on. Comes home. Check out. Track food. Maybe listen to an audiobook. Let's see. In an hour. Alex messaged you at 10, but then you're already checking your schedule. News notifications. I feel like the color is wrong for this button. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it needs to be like a clear button. I love this song. Honestly, like, if you ever need a song to like run on a treadmill to, this is the song. Running Away from Titans. You know, as much as I like, no, I think if like I had a top 3 anime that I would like to rewatch again for the first time, is probably going to be like One Piece, Attack on Titan, and Death Note. Like, I think those 3 are like the most like crazy plot twisty ones that I enjoy, that I feel like I would love to rewatch them for the first time again. Does that make sense? Like, watch them again for the first time. I think this is okay. Now, like, the thing is, though, I don't know how I feel about these buttons. Even though I really liked them when we first made them, I feel like they don't fit anymore. Maybe something like this. What do you guys think? Can you see it? I think the red is, like the linear gradient is too much. Do we want to? That's not working. Probably this one. Maybe like that. Maybe. Hey, you guys, what do you think? I am a fan of this. I think there's a little funny story in it, and I kind of really enjoy that. Actually, I want to see if there's anything we can do here, because I don't know if like I think that's like the one screen that I'm kind of the most about, but it's also like I need something that shows up on the side. Oh, you know, it'd be so funny if we had Alex call Jake. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Oh no, we got rid of our call thingies. Darn. Okay, that's fine. Let's move this out. Let's take all of this out too. And then we'll do like incoming call. What are we listening to now? The Jujutsu Kaisen theme song. Which one? Specials? I love specials, but we were just listening to that. Or you know what was good? The yeah, like the original song was pretty good. Hold on. Let's listen to the full version just because I don't want to change the song in like another minute and a half. Okay. Yeah, so let's make this as in like Alex is calling Jake. Okay, let's not clip content for now, just so I can see. It's like no matter what, I don't think it's gonna show up. And we'll give Alex a pretty like long last name just so it shows up on the side here. And then I need the like the phone icon. Ooh, what was that? I don't know how this makes Jake look as a person. I feel like this is too big. Okay, and then let's find like a fake picture of Alex that we can use. Okay, here we go. This guy looks like an Alex, right? There. Okay, I feel like the proportions are a little wacky. Oh, did I consider using a Bitmoji type of thing instead of a real person? No, I didn't. That would have been smart though. Do people still use Bitmojis? I never actually had one. Right? Like something like this would have been more fun. Right? I don't know, like on Apple you can have an emoji of yourself. I use it. Oh. I mean, it's probably because no one calls me. That's why I've never like had to use it before. But like you can't even see his face. Hey, I love this. Actually, wait, this is so funny. It's like he's just popping off from the side of the UI and he's like, hey, Jake, where are you? Yeah, I like this. This is funny. We're gonna keep it. just just like just have his face like this. Oh my god. I'm like, hey, where are you? Let's play Overwatch. Okay, no, I actually really like that. That's funny. Okay, thank you. We're keeping it. Alrighty, you guys. Here's where we're at. Okay, I like it. We have our whole story going on. This is the beginning of Alex and Jake's friendship. Maybe the end of it. Depends on like if Jake actually answers back, I guess. But there we go. Okay. So I think it looks fine. Now, let me just see if there's anything like taking a look at it for it's like as a like the full picture. What would I change? I think these are too round. Just wondering for contest, what are you making this for? Personal enjoyment. It's really just like a personal UI practice project. So like, so I work as a product designer, right? So I do this for work, but it's not like as fun because we have like a bunch of real like business constraints, product constraints, our own like design system and like all that other stuff. And like the product that I work on, we never create something for like an Apple Watch. So I thought like, oh, this would be fun to kind of like make fun UI design things and stream it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when am I ever gonna have this? I think this is so funny. Wait, I like it. Okay. Cool. Okay, this looks better. I think I want to change up this color. Probably like this. There's no reason why this is a blue dot. I'm at work designing one of those products with constraints at the moment, and you're making it a lot less boring. Oh, you're at work? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. That's good. No, I feel like this is a lot more fun when I do it with you guys too. It's like, it reminds me of back when I was in university and we were all like sitting, like my friends and I were sitting at a table saying that we were going to study together, but really we're just like talking and stuff. But like actually this time we're actually getting something done. Not like a super fast pace, but at least we're doing something, right? What else? Is this expensive? Like as a subtotal? Oh, but do I want to rethink the math? I do not. I do not want to bring out my calculator. We're going to leave it. I am a new grad and starting my first software engineering full-time job in a few weeks, trying to join this freedom. Congratulations on finding your first job. That's so exciting. Well, congrats. Yeah, enjoy those last few weeks of freedom. I'm sure you're gonna have a great time. Like starting at a new job for the first like 6 months or so, they kind of treat you like a baby. And like they explain everything to you, like, oh, do you know how to change your email signature? Do you know how to do this, this, and this? And it's like, it's fun. Just enjoy your time here. I still remember my first software engineering job, like my first job out of university. I was a software developer at a startup. And the first day, they said in the contract on the offer, they were like, work starts at 9 a.m. every day, first, like whatever. So on the first day I got there, I was wearing like my business casual outfit, even though it was a startup. And our office was actually just a meeting room that we had booked from another company. So in order to get to our actual office, we had to walk through the office of the other company in order to get to the very back, because that's where our little tiny meeting room office was. There's only 5 of us. And I got there, it was 9 a.m. Everyone else was there because, like, you know, it's like my first day. I was joining the company and everyone seemed a little tired, like all the devs and everything. So I was like, oh, yeah, I mean, it's a Monday. It's like 9 a.m. That totally makes sense. And it was great. Like the first day we went out for lunch. I got my like work computer, my work desk, set everything up, set up the environment, and like kind of got started on like reading some documentation and also like starting to understand the code base. I was so tired at the end of the day, like when I went home. The next day, I'm like, okay, better get up and do this all over again. And I get to the office at 9. No one was there. Like not a single person was in the office. I let myself in and I just sat there and waited. And like, what am I supposed to do? It's my second day. I'm a junior and like no one showed up until 10. And they're like, yeah, Charlie, we were just told to come in at 9 because you were joining. So we actually don't come in until 10. So I'm like, oh, okay, why was I here for an hour? Why couldn't you guys have told me in this beginning? So there was that. And then like I worked there for almost 2 years and it was so much fun. I had like the best time at that company. But yeah, I found out later. And then like as I worked there longer, I started getting in later. Like I got in at like 9:30, started going in at like 10, and then we had developers actually going into the office at like 11:30. Like that's when they started. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever, however they get their work done, like it didn't matter, you know, like no one cared. So it was good. Plus, like around the summertime, I thought we had to stay like wearing like very like business casual, whatever kind of clothing. And then some of our developers would be like showing up and they had like shorts on and like flip flops and stuff. This is a very casual, good environment, I think. That's the new recruit initiation. Yeah, it was worse for my husband because I think he actually wore a suit on his first day. And I think like the rest of the workers like laughed. So I don't know, Smerex, like maybe not showing up in like business casual. I'm sure you'll have a great time. Showing up in PJs is my dream. Yeah, eventually. It wasn't just like showing up in, we didn't show up, like, never show up in PJs, but like, you just work from home, right? So that was just fun. Oh yeah, and then I worked at a AR VR startup company. So like on Fridays we would sometimes play like Beat Saber, or we like play a horror game and everything, and it was just really fun. I think this is fine. Maybe a couple things smaller. And I think this looks okay. I think I want to add some kind of shadow. Actually, I think I have my no Name shadow. I don't know if it actually works in here, but I do want to change the background color again, I think, to something else. How do you guys like this? I just like light bright colors, so let's see. I also showed up day one in a tech startup in full business attire, and my manager greeted me in a t-shirt and thongs. Right? Oh no, even for like when I interviewed there, I was wearing like a dress and like heels and stuff. Never put that on again. Like when I first graduated, my mom was like, "Oh, you need to buy like office clothes, like dresses and high heels and like all that stuff." And it's like, "Mother, I'm a developer. Like I'm gonna wear jeans forever." Plus, like actually, when I moved into my design role, I was definitely like, I wonder if even though we were expected to wear like more business casual, because I moved into like a consulting company, for the most part, I feel like even as a designer, you kind of get a little bit more leeway with your clothing. Anyway, not the most important thing when you're what you wear. Yeah, while I was interviewing, I was just wearing like a zip up hoodie, and my mom got mad and said, "Where's your suit?" Yeah, it's that same idea, right? Like they think, "Oh, you're gonna go in for work dressed to impress," and it's like you totally look like fresh meat. You show up at a tech company and you're in a suit, right? I own so many hoodies, like because I work from home now, right? So usually I have like kind of just like a t-shirt like the one I'm wearing now, like a nice baggy tee, or I'm wearing like, I don't know, like athletic wear. And then as soon as I have a meeting, I just like throw on a hoodie, and that's like my Zoom outfit, like suitable for like camera on, like top only kind of clothing. Well, it's just like I'll never need like a nice work wardrobe probably. Oh my god, I wore these fancy but uncomfortable heels to an interview once. The fire alarm went off, and I had to walk down 30 flights of stairs in them. No, while still trying to impress the recruiter. No, that's terrible. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that sucks so bad. I can barely wear heels. I can't imagine having to go downstairs with the recruiter. Oh, that sucks. What happened with that job? Because like I feel like if that was me, I would probably just take it as a sign that this was not the right job for me, and I would be like, nope, we're done. This time a fire alarm, next time an actual fire. Jumpers are OP. They're so versatile for Zoom meetings. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I have my like normal everyday hoodie, and then I have like my fancy hoodie for like when I have to meet stakeholders or something. Because, like, honestly, even the stakeholders in my company, it's not like they wear anything super fancy unless they're going to the office. Well, like the C levels, I think they dress like very fancy. But, like, if I'm meeting my director or stakeholders and stuff, like, I think one of them lives in Hawaii. They're just like wearing a t shirt. No one cares. They offered it to me, but by then I had already accepted the tech startup job, thankfully. Okay, cool. I probably would have just, like, nah, it's probably not right. For my first design job, I had to go to a different city in order to meet the team. And let me just change the song. And I had to stay at a hotel and everything. So it was actually really nice. Like the first night I got there, like I got compensation for like a meal. So I ordered myself like a really nice steak, took myself out for a nice dinner, and it was just like great. Got to the hotel, they booked me like a top floor suite. It was like my first time working at this company and my first week starting, so I thought it was really nice. I laid my head down on the pillow and I'm like, this pillow kind of smells like smoke. It smells a little weird, but maybe that's just like the hotel or something. So It's like 10 o'clock and I'm going to bed because I want to get ready for the next day where I have another full day of working. And then around like 1 in the morning, I wake up and I hear the fire alarm going on outside, and that I open my door to the hotel room and like this huge wave of smoke just like filled my lungs. I was like, oh my God, this is like a real actual fire. I grab my clothes. It was winter time in Alberta. And I was like, I kind of hesitated. I was like, do I grab my work laptop? And I think I was just like so tilted at that point. I was like, no, whatever. Like, I'm here because of this job. I'm not grabbing my work laptop, whatever. So I'm at the top floor, and then I had to run down all the stairs in order to get out of the building. And I had inhaled so much smoke that like my throat ended up hurting. And apparently there was a fire in the steam that started in the steam room. Like someone left a towel, it set on fire. And because I was in like such a top floor, I was very close to the steam room, and that's why I could smell it so like quickly. So we had to go to the building across the street, and it wasn't until like early hours in the morning, I want to say like 3 or 4, that the firefighters came. They made sure everything was okay, and they told us that we can go back into the building. And then that was when I was actually finally able to go back inside to the hotel room and stay. And like, but by then it was like what, like 4:30, almost 5 in the morning, and I had to get into the office at 9 a.m. So it was just like a really rough day. Really rough night for me. And when all that was happening, like my family was asleep. They didn't answer their phones. My boyfriend was asleep, didn't answer anything. I was just like sitting on a bus because they were thinking of transferring us to like a different hotel or a different location, depending on how serious the fire was. And it was cold, and like I was just by myself. Like, and I knew no one in that city. And I'm like, what is this job? Like, is this a sign or something? So I was actually like, that was a pretty rough onboarding experience. That was my worst onboarding experience, and thankfully I haven't like had anything worse than that, but that was definitely like an adventure. Also kind of made me feel like maybe I should have like started vlogging way earlier than I did. Then I could have showed you guys all the stuff actually happening. But the next day, like I told my principal designer who I was following around like what happened with the hotel and everything, so he kind of like let me go back to the hotel early and like get more rest and stuff. Luckily I was also a lot younger, so I wasn't too tired. But yeah, that was rough. So I definitely understand like the difficulty of like fire alarms going off, that first like week, interviewings, all that stuff. I can't imagine having to do that in like heels and like business attire. Like thankfully I still had like sweats and like pajamas and stuff back then. Okay, anyways, you guys, how is this? Let's create a few options. I feel like I still want like shadows or something. Actually, let me go back to the blue. Or do we want something like light gray? Yeah, but don't worry, Smearx, you're gonna have a much better onboarding than I did. Yeah, don't worry. Not trying to scare you or anything. You'll be fine. Just, you know, wear comfortable clothing. Okay, let's try to figure out the shadow, and then we'll see how it goes. I don't know. Or do we want to go back to this old blue color that we had before? Is it too far away from each other? Okay, actually, you guys, I think I'm gonna call it here. We've been on stream for a couple hours, and tomorrow's a work day. So I think I'm gonna end it here, but thank you guys so much for tuning in to the stream. I'll have to take a look at where this design is gonna go. I just don't know exactly how we're gonna finish this off. I think we have the right pieces, but I don't think like we're setting them up for success. Like they're not showcased in a good way. But yeah, I think we'll figure that out next time. So this week, because it is my husband and I's anniversary, we are going to have a bit of a different schedule. Usually we are doing Tuesdays and Saturdays, but I think we're here on Monday, and I think the next stream we're going to have is going to be this Wednesday. Same time. What time is it? 7 p.m. PST, 10 p.m. EST. So I will see you guys here in a couple days. The VOD is going to be up on YouTube probably within the next, like maybe tomorrow or something. You can also watch it here on Twitch if you are interested in connecting with me. I have a Instagram that is linked below. I also have a TikTok, but that's just go on Instagram. For more content like this, do check out my YouTube channel where I do design work, I vlog, and I talk about my UX design career. And if you want one-on-one coaching time for your UX career, looking over your portfolio, doing a case study review or a mock interview, then I am available on SuperPeer, which is probably also linked somewhere as well. Okay, I'm gonna go, and thank you guys for joining in the stream. I will see you on Wednesday. Okay? Right. Bye-bye. Have a good night.